Okay. Everybody's got a copy. The other councils, do they have a copy?
Yes, they do, my lord.
Okay, thanks. Yes, Mr. Mgomezwe. You're still under oath.
All right, Mr. Mkhane, before we proceed, I just want to take us back to the question which you asked Mr. Ndanzi about his whereabouts on the 26th of, I need to clarify something, on the 26th of October 2014.
26th of October 2014,
when he answered you, according to the instruction that I received, he said if he was not at work, he is at home. At work, according to his instructions, means he could be working or he is at the compound in the workplace, inside the company where he's working. What's your comment on that?
That's how he put it, but then for me, when he said he was at work, for me it implied that he was in the mine.
All right. If according to you, you thought he was inside the mine, he was working, you will not conflict with his version that he was at his workplace, and if he's not at his workplace, he is at home. You won't conflict with that version.
If you can explain, what do you mean when you say home?
In KwaZulu-Natal.
I do not remember him telling me he was in KwaZulu-Natal. What I remember was that he told me that he was at work.
All right. But that is not okay. Let's leave it for argument. The issue of when actually you conducted your investigation from his workplace, you met outside with Katia Kinin and Sergeant Mkhale, and they departed. They left with you and accused them, the late Mr. Sergeant Mapena.
Yes, we did live together, but we parted ways along the way. Yeah, but
yes, but the main thing is that for the reason of booking out the accused number 2 was done by going to verify whether you went to verify his whereabouts of the 26th of October 2014. That was completed.
petaracha mula kwa maeni he li fetiche ho kuchishore ubali mshumu ka kupisi mshumu. That is correct. Yabo munja.
Why was he not taken back again after you've verified such information? Why was he not immediately taken back to Pretoria North Police Station?
Ngani samu bushicha kwa Pretoria North Police Station akalifecha ubushicha wale mshumu ka baba mshumu.
Instead you had to book him in 2:30 early hours in the morning.
Lina kamkodile hona gore le mtswale tshika bo 2:30.
Ka tshile hlaloshitse magamantse gore ne be ise molato wa ga beru shana morago o mmele yena o ba sna bothata o sepela rena ka gore re mutshi jorno o right o tsamale rena na ka re sa le pheta mshomo mo a dumela re ka gore ha fitla kwa diseleng o go tswale jwalite o na le go borega so a tsamale rena tsa ka ba le problem.
He did not have a problem going with us because when we asked him if he was okay with going with us, he agreed because also there was the problem that if he was taken back to the cell, he was going to be locked up alone and was going to get bored. So ale ukhamba nathi wasambuza ukuthi akananda anankinga yini uthambe nathi ngoba kusekhona umsebenzi esawenza wavuma ukucela singahamba kodwa ke futhi kwakunale nkinga ukuthi ufa sambuyisela le emaseleni wenzohlala eyedwa abulawa isizungu.
Mr. Mkhan, accused at that time was under your custody.
Remember, that is correct.
He had no options.
Obolela nnete a se gore o ba se gone o gana if sala dumela ra wa nna bana ba re tshufisetse morago ne re tla mo isha bjale o ile a dumela ra mo tswa le magala nna re sa ile feta dira dilo tša re mare e le gore wena o right o tsamaya le rena ka no sepela le wena bile ka re le tšetše le mantši boana.
Well, to tell the honest fact, if he wanted to refuse, he could. But when we asked him if he wanted to, if he was okay with going with us, because we told him that we've still got other things to do, he agreed, especially also because it was already evening. This was Katige. Angazangaphiki wena imvume ukuthi angaphiki uma ukuthi befisa ukuphika ale ukuthi ahambe nathi kodwa ke ngoba samcela wavuma and futhi kwasebusuku sahamba naye.
I don't understand if you say he was going to be bought. What do you mean by that? In the cells.
By the selling aborege
go botsa goro gore ntanzi o ba sa share sele le batho ba bang ba lwa le teng ba no tsola le teng mo seleng.
What I'm saying is that Ntanzi was not sharing a cell with others. He was staying alone in his cell. Engichaza ukuthi uNtanzi wayehlala yedwa eselini wayengekho babengekho abangehlala nabe eselini.
So let me not waste time about things that are not that material. The instruction that I have is that immediately after you departed with Colonel Gilinda, after you conducted your investigations, you assaulted accused number 2.
Li abasipile bo Colonel Gilinda bare mnatufajore lilela motsi. Who assaulted him as he says?
I'll get into that. Because it is your evidence. I'll get into that, Mr. Mkhan. It is your evidence that you had to do your own other investigations. As a result, you even had to go to Albertine.
I get a
Is that so?
Oh, yeah.
a ke re go le tsore Albert le ke tseleng re a feta
Like I told you, Alberton is on the way, and we went via Alberton.
All right.
Joba saying she log ukuthi Alberton usendleleni ila esidlula ngakho.
I'm not referring to the evidence where you said when you booked him out with the purpose of transferring him to Foslorus Court. I'm not referring about that.
Ke bolela ka gore le la montsha le misha gore ya Albert ya Foslorus. Ankhuluma ukuthi namkhipha lithi nimisa enkantolo yase Foslorus.
I'm referring to the event where, after you concluded your own investigation regarding his whereabouts, Colonel Kininda and Sergeant Mkhale left and you drove with accused number 2. You indicated during cross-examination that you had to do other investigations. As a result, you had to go to Alberton or Foslorus.
Yale wolle agamraure li wishishe horo ubale kai ka tjulewe Colonel Brigadier Kininda le Sergeant Mkhale bale ba sepile yale lena lile la spla le mlato faja ka hore le sanje le na le mshume ebe dinya go idia and gore mo le sanje le fite Alberton le ya go Foslorus. That is correct. Yabule tennis uthi lapho ke sathi uma sesiqedwe kwenza umsebenzi wahamba uBrigadier Kininda hamba noMkhale and then ke thina ke sesihamba ngemoto sahamba nomsola ngoba kokusekhona imisebenzi sasifanele siyenze ilapho ke sadlula khona ngase Alberton siya endaweni yase Foslorus.
Yes.
Waphendula ke wathi yebo kunjalo.
These people that are escorting you are from Eguruleni Metropolitan Police. Is that so?
Metro. That is correct. Metro.
The participants that we were talking about yesterday that were involved in the assault and torturing trooping of accused number 2 are the officers that assaulted accused number 2 immediately after you concluded that investigation about his whereabouts.
Atalo shorba metile kai ning lo woman because aki ngaspetulin to excited.
Well, he has to explain where he was assaulted, by whom, at what time, because I can't answer something that I do not know.
It's
so
fine. I'll give the full version of accused number 2, but at this stage, I want to demonstrate before this honorable court that I said to you, you booked him for 17 hours. You conducted that investigation more or less 3 to 4 hours, if I can give you that benefit. But for more than
the hour 17 mara merego wa ho dia dinya go shisha chale na o ka bo jere the hour 3 kapa J4
for the purpose for which he was booked out to verify that information, you were satisfied. Now for a period of almost 10 to 12 hours, you were still with the accused. What investigations was that?
Ka se ke tlhalositse gore be re lebeletse molateng o re shala morago e le gore nka se botse goro ka yona ka gore re sa iphenya molato so ne re le busy ka yona.
Like I have already explained, there were other cases that we were following up And I have already mentioned that there were such cases that were investigating. But I'm unable to tell the court about them because we are still continuing with the investigation. Njengoba besengishiloke bekhona amanye amacala ebesisazama ukuqhubeka nokwaphenya kodwa ngeke ngikwazi ukutshela inkantolo ngawo ngoba ke asikakaqedi uphenyo.
At the expense of the rights that are protecting accused number 2.
Gore fawe le mshuma lena ele hore jale le sinyadi tukelo jamula tofatsha.
Gana na lena ara sinyadi tukelo tjara.
No, I do not agree with you. We did not infringe on the accused right. Ka ang melani nangu asizange siwanyathele amalungelo akamso.
All right.
Sorry, Sorry, sir. Sergeant, you're saying you won't tell this court about the investigations you were doing because you want to maintain confidentiality or secrecy.
Le ka se bone go botsa khoro ka di milatwe mengwe le santseng le tswela pele ka di nyakišišo ka yona ka gore le nyaka gore le tswele pele ka sephiri.
No onka no bolela o mongwe wa bona molati e le re khoro o nyaka o tseba.
If the court insists on knowing, I can inform the court about those cases, one of them.
Not all of them.
No, isinga mokamari yengwe ya John.
Not all of them, but some of them.
Why not all of them?
Gola lengwe le gore a iso issue e fela e bolela gorong ya tshepo.
Some of them are still sub judice.
I'm going to order that you must disclose that information, all of it, okay? But you must disclose it in the form of a note, all right? And that note will be made available to all the counsels here, even Mr. Baloi, and it will be kept by this court. And I take it all these counsels who are here, they are sworn to secrecy because they are officers of this court. They don't have to go and divulge this information anywhere else. Are we understood?
Court, please.
Yali, kita koro ni mwale fasi kamla to ego, and ije note eta fuang horo, and horo koro ita fa di lawyer ka mo ba imiti ka mo ka baleng mo go, and jele ka ore ki batho ba shumang ka mo gorong ba ka se tshedi phiriti la kushish. Understood, my lord.
Thank you, my lord.
Okay.
May I proceed?
Yes.
Yesterday we talked about the dockets. Are you in possession of the dockets under case number 163 of 10/2020? The dockets under 53 of phosphorus, 534 phosphorus. Are you in possession of such document?
Mamanero village got the docket. Udinani on that docket 163 of 10 of 2020. Rapidly 534 Yago phosphorus.
Ayali swara ga moto a leng in charge ya tsona ke brigadier Gini the no ba se go mabane.
I do not have those documents because the person that is in charge of those dockets was not available yesterday. Kangwazi kuleta lao ngaona madocument waphethe ngoba lo muntu ophethe lawo madocument ubrigadier Gini bengekho izolo.
So in other words, your cross-examination in respect of that part of evidence must be stood down until such dockets are, because you are the investigating officer.
Yes, respectfully so, because we cannot speak about a case if the docket is not present. Uyayazitshela ukuthi lawo madokethi lawa ahambelana nale mithetho emibili 163 of 10 of 2020 no 534 yase-Phosphorus ayiguqe okwamanje ngoba awekho amadokethi angeke sikwazi ukukhuluma ngalawo madokethi ukuthi awekho.
Thank you, sir. As long as you are going to provide the court with such document, let me just clarify this aspect. In the matter where accused number 2 was charged with possession of drugs, was that matter not placed on the roll?
That is correct.
The matter for where accused number 2 was charged with possession of unlicensed firearm, accused number 2 was acquitted. Is that correct?
Ka ke boletse gore re sa le busy ka doketeo, that's why ba rile ba ka se place kwa Phosphorus ka gore e sana le lo nyaka tshwantse re di dire. Nka se bolele gore go dira ga itseng ga yona ga gore e tlabelo re ba le isenya di bofokisi bja rena.
Like I have already said, there is.
May I approach?
We are still busy with that with that docket. I cannot talk about it in court, but we are still conducting investigations regarding it.
I'm not sure if we are referring to the same. I'm referring to the matter in Hlabane court.
I can say ya go shino do bolela ga e bolela ka taba ya forong ya Hlabane.
Ba bolebele tšo lebelela ka uphoqe case ngabe ke ba le la le tlhaka-tlhakantša dilo.
You are confusing things. I thought you are talking about the cocaine issue.
Okay.
Na manje ukuthi manje izinto eziningi ngicabanga ukuthi ukhuluma ngendaba yasephukeni.
In uphoqe, okay, let's get clarification from there. In uphoqe case, what is the charge against accused?
Kwa uphoqe uba abe wamlatofi.
Possession of unlicensed ammunition. Possession of unlicensed ammunition.
Possession of unlicensed ammunition. Kusho ukuthi ke ukutholwa enezinhlamvu zesibhamu ngokungekho emthethweni.
Which court did he appear to?
Wele adla Borongile.
Hlabane Rustenburg.
Hlabane in Rustenburg. Kwavela phambi kwenkantolo yaseHlabane eRustenburg.
That matter in Hlabane in Rustenburg. What is the status of this matter?
He will not guilty and discharged.
He was found to be not guilty and he was discharged.
Yes. Now, the matter of Phosphorus court, that's possession of drugs. Is that correct?
Taba ya go Phosphorus ya go ba mokweje ana le didibatshi. That is correct. Yaba case ya se Phosphorus go a case is dagamiso.
Is the same matter that was not placed on the roll. Is that correct?
Taba so kan ibe wa pila go. That is correct. Yabo ncha.
So after that matter was refused from the court roll, it cannot be regarded as a pending matter against accused number 2.
Yale ka ona ta e ga ya pila khoro ba ka se ji ka taba e mulato fatwa asantsheng go araba moyo.
Which law is that, sir? Sorry, I want to hear from Mr. Ngomezulu first. Which law is that?
The matter is not pending. The matter is it depends on the investigations. I'm getting to the investigation part of the matter.
Yeah, it was not enrolled.
It was not enrolled.
So?
Let's look at the period in which it was refused from the roll. If we look at the period up to now.
No, you can argue with him. I was just saying that I know no law which says
That's
it
where I
will
was
no longer be
going.
enrolled again.
Yes.
Okay.
It can be re-enrolled. But the most crucial part of the enrollment would not be arresting accused number 2, but to summons him.
Gore motabeng e gore ntho e gola e tlabe e se go tsentshwa gorong e tlabe le go mmitša molato a tle gorong.
Go tla ka gore motšhotšhisi yena o decide bjang.
It will depend on how the prosecutor decides on the matter. Uzophuma ukuthi umshushisi yena uyicabanga kanjani.
But at the present moment, accused number 2 is in court for one case.
Konje mlatofatshwa umo goron ka abethi. That is correct. Yeah, umsolo phambi ubhene icala elilodwa la phambi kwenkantolo.
That's correct. So let me put the version of accused number 2.
Reko go botsa mlatofatshwa mabedi yana ore dilo di sepitse bjang.
Accused number 2, prior to his arrest
Bila haka usoro mlatofatshwa mabedi
on the 16th of June 2020,
ka di 16 June 2020
he received a call from a lady
o wetse mogala wa go tswa mo motho wa mosadi
who offered him employment.
ya re leng wa yena o nyaka mo fa mošomo.
The prefix numbers
uthi ke umsolo ngomhla 16 kuJune ilanga yethu zoboshwa ngalo wathola ucingo oluvela kumuntu wesifazane wayezomnika umsebenzi.
The prefix numbers were 012.
The number ja kopile ja mogala o wa o wedije ke 012. Futhi ke numbers zokuqala kuleyo phone le ayithola zazithi 012.
The accused responded by saying, "I am working, I don't need a job."
Latufathola araba ke shuma ake hloke moshomo. Maphendula umsolo uthi ngiyasebenza ngudinga umsebenzi.
Later, he was called. After the call, he was called also by the same lady who introduced herself as Mukhala.
Kamrafa wela wecha umwe mogala wa utswa go yena motho wa mosadi a ile nga itsibisha jale ka Sergeant Mogola.
Yes.
Ushothi ke wa emva kwalo watholela uyencingo oluvela kuyena lo muntu wesifazane owaza sisa njengo Sergeant Mogola,
who informed accused number 2 that he is a suspect in the murder case of Senzo Meyiwa.
Uya kuja mlatofatshwa ke emong wa ba naganelwa mo tabeng ya go bolawa ga Senzo Meyiwa. Wa mtshela ukuthi hayi ungomunye wabasolwa utabeni lokubulawa ka Senzo Meyiwa.
And she requested the full address of accused number 2.
Wela kopa gore a tsebe address ka moka e feletseng ya molatofatshwa wa bobedi wa tlela e khele e phelele le mosolo speed.
Accused number 2 furnished the officer with his full address.
Molatofatshwa o ile fa diponisa di address ya e feletseng. Umsolo ke wa senika o iphoisa lelo ikheli lakhe liphelele.
According to his knowledge, that's the reason the police officers came to his arrest, to the place where he was residing.
Kika ho police ane lile la fitla kwa adula. Ingakho ke iphoyisa la fika la ihlala khona.
On the 16th of June 2020,
Kali 16 June 2020 ngomhla 16 June 2020
police came to his house, to his
police la
place.
fitla go adulang maphoyisa afika la ihlala khona.
He opened for the police.
Wela babulela wavulela
then you ask if he is not Sianda Butelis.
Jale when our Uchisha and now I say now Sianda Butelis. Was I was again no Sianda Butelis.
Then he was requested to bring along his identity document.
And wele akuchwa gore anche idea gabe well mase iyacelwa ukuthi akiphumazisa wona.
Can you comment on that?
Ona liseling ngasulela kasembe
Fela we ya ka tsela e a ke tshepe gore mabane ke le fetoche ke tlo le fetola gape.
And I'll answer you like I answered you yesterday. So pendula what I said pendulile so.
A ke tshepe gore Sergeant Mogola a ka mo founela ke sa tsebe.
I don't believe the Sergeant Mogola would call him without my knowledge. I'm called to Sergeant Mogola. I'm phoneela ku mina ngingazi.
Le swantse ke tsebile gore mo founetse so a ke tsebe gore ena motho mo founetseng ke mang.
I was going to know if she had called him. So I really do not know who it was that called accused number 2. I bengizokwazi mina uba ukuthi Sergeant Mogola wamfonela. Manje angazi ukuthi ubani wafonela umsolwa speak.
Abe ga re tse boletse gore molato we lwa ibolo ka mogare wa crime intelligence travel operation re shumishitse di tlhodi tsa rena o mnyaka gore o kae.
Like I have already explained that this case fell under our cold case unit. We used our informants to help us to know exactly where he was. Njengoba ngisekhishela ukuthi leli cala lengaphansi kweqembu lethu le cold case ngasasebenzisa ke ababesiza ngophenyo ukuthi sazi ukuthi ulaphi.
Le re fitla kwa bula ke mutshetsha rena go wena bongane ntanse ya re
when he arrived and when he opened the door, we asked him if he was indeed Bongani Dance, and he confirmed that he was. I must feel that some Gambos to na in Bongani Dance. Yeah, was Vumuti, yeah.
We got some Mutishi, we got some mythical already very suggested work a man.
I wasn't going to call him about with another name because we already knew his proper identity, who he was.
That is why I was
ngeke ngimbize ngelinye igama ukuthi esasesazi ukuthi igama lakhe ubani.
Okay. May I just further inform you that
Sorry, you want to continue, sir?
Yes, telling you to be.
Yeah, continue.
That is where the ID book comes in. That confirms who that he was indeed Bongani. Ilapho ngena khona ke idouble kamasisoti ilapho kufanele ukuthi lo mazisa lo usilethe isiqiniseko sokuthi uyena impela uBongani.
So I dance.
Yes, no finished.
Right.
Yes, I am finished.
All right. So when he took out his ID, he insisted that you should also produce your identity to confirm that you are a police officer.
Really, only a rancha idea. Ile na ko police judge na di ID jaw wanchori kaniti le suppose.
Awa azanga no khopela yewe wona maka.
No, he did not ask for that. That one he is lying. I can't azanga logo. Kuloko kamba ma.
Okay. So the polite name for Maka King, what is it?
Linchilele amrele rang la Maka King. It's not speaking the truth.
Will I be wrong if I say pause? I suppose. Yeah, if you say pause. Instead of a marker, I'll be pause.
Maka ka squat a lie. posho ke mistake ka sekgowa.
Maka in English is lie. Mistake, posho in English is a mistake.
So I understand. But for the, all right. I don't think I'll get into the version of accused number 2, but I don't think you'll appreciate if I put a version to you and say, in conclusion, you are a liar.
Okay, nyako go botsa gore mla do bana na ore taba e sepetse yang mara a nya gore ge fitla mo mafellong ka fitla gare ya gore mafellong gore wena o bolela mang.
Tate Mokomesi a re go tlhalositse botse sa le re thoma molato ke nnete e feng a o boditseng yona pele mabane go boditse ka gopela bokaneng that a o boditse nnete gore o diragetse a se ka bolela maaka.
Well, since we started with this case, what truth has he told you?
All right.
Because I've been telling you that he must stop telling you untruths. He must tell you the truth.
So it's for this court to determine whether he's talking lies or truth. But let's move on. You can use that word, whatever, however you use it, it's fine. The version of the accused person is that when he requested you to produce the appointment certificate, Sergeant Mabena slapped him with an open hand in his face. And he said, you think you are smart.
In Zulu, I did not see that, and the late Mabena, even from his appearance, it was clear that he was not assaulting time.
It is the version of the accused that when you arrested him, you did not inform him. May I just go? Yes. When you arrested accused number 2, you did not inform him about the murder case in Nongo. Instead, you told him about the murder case of Senzo Meyiwa.
That is not true. Yeah, man. Umsola othi-ke uma ezoboshwa akazange atshele lutho ngecala lokubulala lakwaNongo. Amtshela ngesicala lokubulala likaSenzo Meyiwa. Uyakuphika-ke lo.
And there and then he denied the allegations that he was involved in the murder of Senzo Meyiwa.
And Holloway will trauma ale vocha hafeja nako hara luka nako wila la vocha yena hazibisipeka ukubulawa ka Senzo Meyiwa.
And wala la ka Judge 16.
I'm referring to that.
Yeah, wala ka lo. That is not true.
He will come and tell the court that his rights were not explained. Immediately thereafter, you handcuffed. You placed him under arrest. Sorry?
I don't know how many times I have to repeat this.
Samatomo, you moody cherry to go to Jaga, you will check us for
I told him his rights, and I said that I first told him in English, and I then reiterated in Tswana, and then I reiterated in Zulu again. Cha, angazi ukuthi ngizoyiphinda kanjani le nto ukuthi ngamtshela amalungelo akhe, ngamtshela ngesingisi, ngase ngimtshela ngolukaMthaniya, ngesitswana, ngase ngimtshela ngolukaMthaniya.
And you further showed him the photo of the person.
Abelela mmanchasa swantsho samuntu.
With the tattoos.
Whose picture are you referring to?
And a gold teeth.
Gold tooth.
Whom you alleged that it resembled accused number 2.
Oh, Lidling, Siswana, Lemula Padovi. No, we did not show him anything. I disputed it.
So you took him to the Pretoria North Police Station.
Unit. That is correct.
And no rights were further explained to him.
He is lying again.
Police station.
When we arrived at the police station, must be a
Dile ka cha buka ya 14A, ilo re ina le nomoro ya ona mo.
I took the 14A book which has a serial number. I tried to not 14A in a number.
Kamile cha re tokelo cha ga pe khumishitse sekgowa se so le Setswana.
I told him he's right again. I used the English language, Zulu language, and the Tswana language. Ngasemtshela amalungelo akhe, ngimtshela ngesingisi, nangesizulu, nangesitswana.
So can I have the SAP 14A? Can you have it, please, so that I can clarify something?
Yes, I have it.
All right. Can you please read paragraph 2C for me?
Paragraph 2C.
You have the right to be detained under conditions consonant with human dignity, which shall include at least the provision of adequate accommodation, nutrition, reading material, and medical treatment at state expenses.
Nelungelo lokuthi uvalelwe endaweni egcina isithunzi somuntu.
Can you explain it in Zulu?
Kukuba ugakhona uyithalisa ekwenkasizulu.
Unamalungelo akuhlala endaweni le because ndiki mixala ka siso that's why ke ndikubolela ka siso to le sisule ngase.
Well, I was mixing Zulu and English, and when I was talking about this.
All right. Which one maybe you can best read it in English and best translate it or interpret it in Zulu for our
unelungelo lakuthola umemeli wakho lo mthandayo kuthi or sikutholele lememeli lo uzobhadala state uhulumeni and unamalungelo akuthula lento uzoyikhuluma izosebenzisa enkantolo mase ikhuluma.
You are stammering.
Usone just stammer ape. That's why we get to like English. Sesotho mixed languages. Sesotho is not my mother tongue.
I am bound to stammer because That's why I actually said that I used all this language, English, Zulu, and Setswana. Because Zulu is not exactly my mother tongue. Kufanele ngingize ngoba ulimi lolu akulona ulimi lwami lukamthaniya yikho ke ngangisebenzisa zonke lezi limi mfana isingisi nesitswana.
Mr. Mabena was a Zulu speaker.
Mabena bele motho wa bolela Sezulu again.
Mutabele.
He spoke in Ndebele. Why call me Ndebele?
But Sitebele is closer to Zulu.
See Ndebele, see how feel Sezulu.
Ngano re bjalo mare nka se re e ba ra se a se language ya ka.
Well, I can say that, but I can't really confirm because this is not my language. Yebo ngafuna, kodwa angeke ngilethe leso siqiniseko ngoba akulona ulimi lwami.
Let's move on. On the 17th of June 2020, accused number 2 was booked out from his cell into a boardroom.
Got 17 June 2020, but my toilet was selling tare commercial boardroom. Umsolo ngomhla 17 June 2020 wakhishwa eselini lakhe wayofakwa ebhodini.
Again,
That is correct, yebo kunjani.
And the participants there were yourself, Mabena, Paula, and Gininda, including accused number 2.
Batho ba bela gona mfawe ibele wena ele Mabena Mogola le Gininda gape le molatsfatsa wa bobedi.
sa boeletša gape ke a go araba brigadier Gininda ba se go
Mr. Gomezu, are we rehashing the very same? I've been keeping quiet, but you're asking the very same questions you asked yesterday. That's why this witness keep on saying, I'll respond to you or answer to you the way I answered you yesterday. So I just want to know, are you rehashing it again?
But I must not place the version of accused in
You
full.
have done so.
Because, my lord...
No, you can do it. I'm just telling you, you did the same yesterday.
Yes, but my lord, let me just be clear, so that we are in a common page here.
Yes.
When I was cross-examining, I was picking certain versions that will fit the question under cross-examination. I reserved the full version of accused.
Okay, fine.
Hence, there will be such a repetition of answers.
Okay, fine. You can go on.
Thank you. Outside the boardroom, there were police officers.
Come on, boardroom ekwe ne gona le maponisi.
sa boeletša gape maphodisa a feng a kae a feng.
I'd like to reiterate again this question. Which police from where?
Then accused number 2 was interrogated about the death of Senzo Meyiwa.
Yale morla tfatwa bobedi wela botshaka ka le kula mo la Senzo Meyiwa.
And he denied his involvement.
And ola gana hore e ba le gona mo. That is correct. Lapho kumsolo wesibili wabuzwa ngokufaka Senzo Meyiwa and wafika lapho.
And
Kunjani?
he was further asked about his whereabouts on the 26th of October 2014.
Nagapela botshaka gore ba le kae ka 26 October 2014.
sa boeletša gape ke nnete.
I reiterate, it is true. That is correct. Umsola ke uya kwambuzo futhi ngokuthi wayelaphi ngosukwela ngamhla ka 26 October 2014 wathi yebo uliqiniso wabuzwa.
Yes, his answer was that if he was not at his workplace, he is at home, referring to KwaZulu-Natal.
And araba orle ha ile re ke be ke se moshomong ke le gae and ga bolela ka gae o ra gore o ba le KwaZulu-Natal.
Ke tlo le araba gape ke boletše ka re mankgapelanyana ya KwaZulu-Natal a go gopola mpotša o mpoditše ka go ba le mošomong mining.
I'm going to reiterate that I do not know he didn't mention anything about KwaZulu-Natal. I don't remember him saying anything about that. What he told me about was that he was at work. Kan sasophinda ngisho futhi ukuthi KwaZulu-Natal ngikhumbule esho lutho ngayo engumlando wathi wena wayesemsebenzini ngalelo langa.
And may I confirm this accused number 2, my lord? It's very crucial. Thank you, madam. In the courtroom, you asked, or Brigadier Kininda asked accused number 2 to take off his clothes.
Kama botumu Brigadier Kininda wena kopa molando fatsha gore wa bu.
Ke tlo le araba gape Mr. Mohammed. Maabane ke go tsheka. Brigadier Kininda o ba se yo and Brigadier Kininda a se motho gore a ka tlhapaola motho a mapola diaparo. Ka se go ba it is inhuman to do that.
Well, I'm going to repeat again that Brigadier Kininda, for starters, was not present there. And number 2, Brigadier Kininda is not the type of person that is going to ask to take clothes off a person because that is inhuman.
No.
Brigadier Kininda, why ngeke la? And the footy go Brigadier Kininda, no, so
my instruction is that accused number 2, he refused because on the basis that there was a woman in the presence of, in his presence.
Ntanzi ao botse nnete ebile wa itantetša ka leleme ka gore e re ka mapola bjang pele ga batho go na maphodisa ka ntle go na le mosadi ga tla re mapolela re nyaka eng re nya go bona eng.
I think accused number 2 must tell you the truth, because how could we ask him to disrobe, to take his clothes off when there were people there, when there were women there, when there were people from outside there? Yeah, fanele achaze kahle atshele iqiniso ngoba besingamphula kanjani impahla phambi kwabantu besifazane kunabantu abaningi abangibona balapha.
Then photos were taken from him and asked him about the gold tooth.
If he says pictures were taken, who amongst us took those pictures?
I would like you to answer the question because such questions will be covered on my version, on the version of accused number 2.
That is not true.
The following day, accused number 2 was booked out again and taken to his workplace at Sibanye Still Waters in Carltonville, not Western Ori.
Still Waters, Western area, it's in Carltonville.
Carltonville, Western area,
That is true. Western area and Carltonville are in the same area. Yeah, but the Western area and Carltonville is in the way.
That's when Brigadier Kininda and Paula also came when the human resource manager was approached.
That's when Kininda and who?
And Sergeant Mohola
Ke mo Brigadier Kininda le mogola ba ileng ba fitla le batho ba go HR.
They came and you and Mabena approached the human resource manager, including Brigadier Kininda and Sergeant Mohola.
Are ke mo Brigadier Kininda le fitla le Sergeant Mohola wena le bona le Mabena la bolela le batho ba go HR. That is correct. Yebo lokho kunjani?
That was when a statement was given to you to say accused number 2 was not working on that particular day.
Ke mo le lena which statement sa hore la fatho be di ba se moshomong ka tjatsi leo. That is correct. Yebo kunjalo ukuthi ke batho le statement so ukuthi umsolo sibilo engekho emsebenzini ngalelo la.
It's my instruction that accused number 2 at the time everyone came out of the offices to the parking area. Brigadier Kininda was always in and out, completing certain forms. He was in and out, back to the human resource manager.
Le la tšwela go parking, ga di tšwela go parking, Brigadier Kininda kana go o ba ya go dimo di fase a boela go HR and a tla gape a boela kana.
Na go gopolo diragala bjalo e fela Brigadier Kininda o tla tla ikarabela.
I do not remember that happening, but Brigadier Kininda will come and answer for himself. So mina ngithakuzanga kwenzeka kanjalo kodwa ke uBrigadier Kininda uzofika azozikhulumela.
My Lord, it's 11:15. Can we take a tea break?
Okay. Yes, 15 minutes.